All right, well, this is my first video detecting for gold. Well, I should have did one the other day. I did go out one time. I joined a club here in Arizona, and they do have a couple claims, gold claims, and they said people detecting on it do well too. And my brother-in-law yesterday went out to the same claim that we were at the other day, and he pulled a, well, I don't know, it was about the half size of a pea. I mean, it was a good sized picker, a nugget. I'll see if I can put that picture up on the screen if I remember. But anyways, there's some people hiking up there. There's a couple trails here. There's one right here that you can see right there. And there's another one that runs on the other side of the wash. The wash is right through here and down below me, and then comes down here. And I was digging down in here just a few minutes ago, and I found some iron flakes. I found two 22 shell casings, one smashed bullet, and actually an earring back, rusted old earring back down there. And I'm really surprised. So the Manticore, I've never really detected for gold before, so this is all new experience for me. So for those of you who are out there, you can give me tips and pointers, but I don't have any headphones in. I'm really paranoid about the rattlesnakes because, you know, heck, Arizona has 14, I think, different species of rattlesnakes. And I know that there was one seen in this area not too long ago by a hiker. So I do have some gaiters, but I didn't wear them. Some snake gaiters that go around the bottom of my legs. But I haven't worn those yet. But just got them. So my goal today was to dig a little bit, walk around the wash, which I did a little bit behind me. And then it was nerve-wracking coming up through here because I just paranoid. Two things I really don't like is I don't, kind of weird, but I'm gonna confess to you, I don't like swimming in deep water, especially ocean. It's okay for a lake, but ocean, no. And I don't like snakes. So weird, right? I'm okay with the scorpions. They're small. Just got to be careful where you grab and move stuff around. But I just wanted to say that, see this right here, this black rock right here? They have a lot of that around here. And so that would be like a hot rock. That's called, I think that's a magnetite. Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds off. And it's the whole rock. So I have actually found they're really black. They almost feel like they're shiny. They're usually shiny, they're black, and they're heavy. They're really heavy. And if I were to put a magnet next to that, it would probably stick to it. So I've already found some of those, basically hot rocks. And so my goal today is to walk a little bit of this area here, through here. You can see everything that when the rain hits, it hits these mountains up above us, and then it all washes down and it will flow into the wash below. And there's a path, you can see this little pathway right here, and it floods into this little wash down below us. So I've walked a little bit of that, found all the junk, and I got another target like right in here somewhere. Where's it at? Right here's one. And it's coming up 2. But I'm really surprised, this Manticore, for a small piece of iron, a really small piece of iron, this thing sounds off pretty deep. Pretty cool. What I need to do is get a small piece of gold. So now my brother-in-law has a couple pickers that he's already found since he's been here. I'll have to test it against the detector and see the sound and the depth range, because that little earring back was pretty small and a small piece of metal. They were sounding off really easy, 5 inches. So anyways, I'm gonna detect through here and walk around, and I probably won't be showing you anything unless I find something, but just wanted to share this is what I'm doing for the next chapter of my life. Dry panning, classifying dirt, and then maybe bringing it back and panning it in a tub with water. Did that the other day with a half bucket of classified and had nothing. I had black iron, black sand, but nothing in the pan at all. And that's just the way it goes. So it's I don't know, it's just like it'd be nice to find a streak of gold. But anyways, the claim, unfortunately, it's about an hour drive from here, hour plus. So I won't be doing that very often. Maybe twice a month, going up there and classifying some dirt. And I'm gonna try and do some. Last time I just classified the dirt, I didn't do any really dry panning there. So this time I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna probably dry pan in various areas and see if I can prospect before I just bring back a bunch of useless dirt. So I saw a guy on YouTube talking about dry panning, and he said, this is just his speculation, but he said that dry panning, you'll lose about 70% of your gold in the dry, doing the dry pan. But he says it's a great way to prospect, to know if the ground you're on is worth collecting the classifieds. So one of the things that he does is once he knows that the ground has got some gold, he will dry pan down to like a cup's worth, down the he'll just shake it down, re-stratify the pan down to the end pieces, and then he'll put that in the bucket. So anyways, I'm gonna get back to detecting. Just wanted to share that. He's got these dang hot rocks, and they're all over. And I do got a target here, but like I said, I won't probably film anything, of course, unless I find something unique. But I'm just gonna walk a little bit of this and down through here and probably call it good. I might walk down in here. This is a kind of interesting place because just around the corner there, not too far, there's 3 washes that meet. There's one that comes down from this side, one that comes down from that side, and one that comes from that cut up in there. And they all meet right there. But there's a 90-degree bend right here, horseshoe bend. So I might check the inside of the bend, because gold will always seek the slowest area. It'll, if it's coming down really hard, it'll just roll out, usually in the inside bends. So I'll check a little bit over there. There is actually a trail on that side, on the inside bend, and you can walk down into that wash right there, which is all full of these big rocks. And a few places like over here, I was able to find, there is some sand in through here. So I was just down in there, and so I dug trash. Anyways, sorry I won't be probably producing too many more videos. I'm just sorry that I'm slow on bringing out the videos, but this chapter in my life is going to be a lot slower. I'll turn the camera on if I do find some gold in the pan, etc. But that's what I'm doing for the next probably 6 months. Not very often, because where I'm staying, they don't really allow metal detecting in the park. But again, it's one of those things where you can't dig. Go figure, right? So it's not really metal detecting if you can't dig a little bit. But yeah, all right. And I'm in gold country. I mean, there's claims everywhere. So wish me luck. So as I'm walking through here, every once in a while I see quartz, here and there, and then I have to come across this big chunk of quartz right here. But you can see there's a quartz vein right in there. And who knows how far that quartz vein goes, but yeah, I always know that people say you can find gold in quartz. Cause, I don't know a lot about gold, but I do know that they have specimens with gold in them, and I'll run my coil on super high sensitivity over this little area and see if I can pick up anything. But other than that, it's been little pieces of bullet fragments. It's about all I found up here on this particular slope. That's been the number one thing I found since I started way down at the bottom there. Up here, I've probably picked up about maybe 5-6 bullet fragments, and I just picked up like right under that tree right there. Over there, there's a wash that comes down. I thought, oh man, it's underneath a rock and everything, and it was the smallest little piece of tin iron. It was just very small. So if gold detects similar to like little pieces of iron, this detector will pick up pickers and little small pickers easily. So the only problem is that they all pretty much register the same. So just like gold, when I'm coin hunting and I want to do like gold rings, you got to dig all the trash. Oh well, let's get back to it. That's everything I found today. That is a lot of little pieces of fragments, bullet fragments, casings. Oh, there's one more thing. Where does it go? There's one more item in here somewhere. Oh, I must have accidentally not put it in the bag. It was actually a bigger bullet. Oh well, must have fallen out. Big old piece of lead bullet. But that's it. That's a lot of digging and trying to hunt out these little pieces in the dirt and the sand sucks. So looks like gold hunting's gonna wear me out. Can't wait to get back to coin digging. Well, there's a big mining operation going on over here, and this is overlooking Quartzsite Valley kind of thing, and we're up here we're on a claim, and my brother-in-law is over that ridge there. It's a lot of hinge, so there's a nice wash right through here. A lot of land to walk around on, but it's a nice wash through here. There's another one that runs down that way and connects into that wash. And I think our claim boundaries, there's some white posts out there. You can kind of see them. It's the top of our claim, kind of goes up that way. So I can go all up and through here and everything. And there's another big wash, obviously, down through there where the trees are down there. But, you know, look at all that money that's over there. Tractors, scoops, all kinds of stuff. They have to be pulling something out of that land. I mean, if they tested that ground, somebody would have had to have figured out how much money, some tailings over there, how much money that they're getting out of that land. And it looks like they've been pulling from that cliffside over there too. Right over there. They're pulling from over here. But that's got to be producing to have all of that money there. Tractors and equipment. So I'm up here on top of this ridge. I can see somebody might have been digging right there. You can always tell where people have been digging because it's a little bit wider and smaller rocks on top. But here's an example of what I've got a signal. Now I don't know. Like I said, that's giving me a 1 and a 2. Shows it's like maybe 4 inches down. But this was a pretty bad signal. So what I've done is I'm in prospecting mode. I've got my threshold turned all the way off. And sometimes I bounce over. If I'm having a little problem, I bounce over from prospecting audio to just like normal. And I can hear the like grunt. So my thing is, and I don't know enough of, which I should test it on my brother-in-law's little gold that he found. Does gold come up in normal audio as an iron grunt, or does it come up different? I'm assuming that they're all the same, so I'm not sure if it would come up if the gold comes up as like an iron grunt. So it's something I've been looking at, trying to test on here. So this is in depth mode, and this is audio mode right here, or normal. And you can hear it going dun dun dun. and that's coming up a 2-1, still showing the exact same readings as Prospect. So I'm going to keep going. See if I can find anything. Anyways, that's what I've been doing. Like I said in the video, mostly going to be doing this for the next 6 months, but so far away from our campsite that I'll probably only be coming out here maybe twice a month, because it does take up about a half a tank of gas to get here. But the club I belong to, I have access to about 6 or 7 or 8 claims, so a lot of land to cover. And every season, the rains come and the thunderstorms come and wash a little bit off, a little bit down, and see what we can find. Anyways, I'll turn my camera back on if I find something good.